Okay, ladies and gentlemen, here we go. We got episode 117, and I'm feeling under the weather. Got the little flu bug going around, but no worries there. Let's loosen up here. The episode is sponsored by the best, Phillips Law. 1 billion plus, one for their clients. Trusted and recommended since 1993, over 1,800 plus Google reviews. Official partners of the Arizona Cardinals and the ASU Sun Devils. You need Phillips. And the official call line for any advice, legal advice, very expensive, free of charge for our audience, family, and friends. The number is 602-388-1669. Call them up, get some advice, and let them tell you if you're going to be able to make some bread or not. So, having a good morning here. Woke up. My scar on my little Achilles is healing up pretty good. And the physical therapist is stretching that puppy out. And it hurts. And it hurts real bad. Scar's healed up, so I was able to have a little quick soak in the hot tub this morning before coming and doing some mitts with Sugar. Getting him dialed in. We're already pushing the pace. I mean, it's not pushing the pace crazy where it's going to break his body down, but we got Sean in good shape already. I think we have 80 days until UFC 299 main event. And I'm looking forward to that. Boy, do I want this win against Cheeto. And I mean, Aljamain, Peter Yan, in my opinion, are way more elite than Cheeto, but it's just a different fight. He's a little bit taller. And it's just a different fight. It's a different fight. It's a tough fight. He's got good cardio, blah, 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 blah. We're ready to knock him out cold as fuck. So, let's start with some James Clear here. I haven't hit James Clear in a bit. This is James Clear's newsletter I like to go through each week. He has a little quotes and gems from each week, and this is number 1. It's more fun to be a fan than a critic. I'm not looking to spend my life tearing things down when it can be so satisfying to build things up. It's weird. Some people do that, and they don't even know they do that. They see someone doing good. They see someone who's whatever it is, and they just, I don't know if they learned it from their parents or if they're just so insecure themselves and they hate seeing other people be successful. It's got to come down to the person's really insecure. If you're around someone and they're just always trying to tear other things down, or they're always talking shit on people who are doing good, or you see someone and they're just burning them down a little bit. It's so annoying being around those people, but it just does scream insecurity to me. Number 2, measure your success against others and you'll be unhappy when they win, and less likely to receive help from them due to your jealousy. I forgot where I read it. I think I read it in Tools of Titans book, Tim Ferriss. It's like always with the people around you, your close people around you, always try to build them up. If you have a good idea, don't be afraid to give it away. Always try to build up the people around you. Measure your success against others and you'll be unhappy. Man, that's the truth. You'll be unhappy when they win. If you're out constantly comparing and feel like it's gonna be a race. For me, I don't know. Early on, I was just like, if the people around me are doing good, it doesn't matter. I know for a fact I'm going to be doing good, and I know for a fact that I'm going to get to my place. So when they get to theirs, be happy for them. Here's number 3. The way to live a full life is to act quickly, particularly as you grow older. It's alarmingly easy to let a year or 2 or 5 slip by without doing the big things you always felt like doing. You get into a rhythm, not necessarily one you love, but one you become comfortable repeating, and the grooves of your daily routine become deeper and more established. Speed is perpetually undervalued. That doesn't mean you should feel frantic or rushed. In fact, it's likely you should eliminate some of those things that make you feel so busy to make space for things you always wanted to do. But it definitely means you should stop letting the days drift by, waiting for the moment to be right. Stop acting like there is an infinite time. The way you are living right now is your one life. I mean, that's the truth. Time's flying by so quick. This last decade seems like it was just 1 year. These years are going by so damn quick. So if you're wanting to start jiu-jitsu, if you're wanting to go do something that you're a little nervous about doing, Don't wait till you're in better shape. Like, I got to get in better shape before I start. It's like, that's probably not going to happen. Just go in there and start. Just give it a try. Whatever it is, go in there, be nice to everyone, be willing to learn. Don't act like a know-it-all. Don't try to show your coach or whoever it is that you're really good and you know all this stuff. They don't give a fuck. Just go in there, learn, be nice, and bring good vibes into whatever gym you're going into. Business executive Jay Farrell reveals the truth about work. The 3 stages of career development are: I want to be in the meeting, I want to run the meeting, I want to avoid meetings. That's pretty good. Mathematician and computer scientist this is a long one here. This is a long one. I'm going to skip that one there. And then we'll go to the week past. Sorry, I've been feeling like shit. I don't know what the hell. There's some stuff that's been going around. And I caught it. JX, how'd you do in Vegas?
I did good. It was fun.
It was a good time, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was a good trip.
Good time. Glad to be back, though. 2 days in Vegas is just about plenty.
I know.
Number 3 here from James Clear. When you choose your friends today, you're choosing your habits tomorrow. That's the truth. That is the truth. Number 2, it's easier to optimize a modest start than to begin with a perfect start. Starting is the hard part. So start small and get in the mix. You'll learn a lot and you'll realize you don't need to have it all figured out to begin. People are new to jiu-jitsu too. They just come up to me and they're like, how do I get better at jiu-jitsu quick? I'm like, bro, there's no quick answer to jiu-jitsu. You got to come and you got to get your ass whooped over and over and over and over. Be on the mats, figure out the positions, figure out how to control your breathing, figure out how to not just be flexed the whole time. There's no easy answer.
Yeah, everybody always asks me too, like on their first roll, like they're just asking me, what do I do here? What do I do here? What do I do here? It's like,
yeah.
Bro, like...
Yeah. Don't spend too much time around someone whose primary way of engaging with life is martyr. Don't know what martyr means. When suffering becomes your identity, you only see the parts of life. You only see the hard parts of life. What's the definition of martyr? That means a person who is killed because of their religious or other beliefs, a person who displays or exaggerates their discomfort or distress in order to obtain sympathy or admiration. A lot of people do that. Oh my God, they do. Our brother Schmitty sometimes do that. And I think he's catching on. That's why he always likes to just bring himself down and say, God, yeah, but I'm a fat piece of shit or I'm a lazy piece of shit. Yeah. I'm like, I'm not going to sympathize with you. I'm going to agree with you.
That's good.
So if you're a fat piece, yeah, you are a fat piece of shit, bro. You're never going to get girls. He's like, oh, some people do that, and I don't know why they do that.
It could be a habit too. Like they don't even. Are you saying they're not even aware?
Yeah, don't spend too much time around someone whose primary way of engaging with life is as a martyr. Poor me. Shmi doesn't do that all the time. I was just an example. When suffering becomes your identity, you only see the hard parts of life. That's a pretty good one there. How about this one? Author and poet Maya Angelou on finding your family. Family isn't always blood. It's the people in your life who want you in theirs. The ones who accept you for who you are, the ones who would do anything to see you smile, and who love you no matter what. Like our brother Sono. Now that he finally came out as gay, we love him. And he can be himself, which is good. Okay, musician and entrepreneur Derek Sievers on how to handle doubts. If you're in doubt about something that's not in your life, try it. Things are so different in practice versus in theory. The only way to know is to experience it yourself. Err on the side of yes, try it. If it was a mistake, at least you'll know firsthand instead of always wondering. That's the thing about a lot of, coaches out there. A lot of coaches, you see life coaches nowadays, they're a dime a dozen. You don't need to have any life experience. You don't need to go through anything tough. You don't need to have any accolades, and you can be a life coach. And MMA coach too. You can sit there. I've watched MMA for so many years. I've watched jiu-jitsu for 10 years. I've never done it. Never competed in it. Never competed in MMA. Never even sparred. But I'll tell you how to do it. Well, when you're learning from that, you're kind of learning from a theory of a person. The only way to know is experience it yourself. If you're in doubt about something that's in your life already, get rid of it, not just things. This goes for identities, habits, goals, relationships, technology, and anything else. Default to not having it, then see how you would do without it. Err on the side of no. Get rid of it. Start with a clean slate. If it was a mistake, you'll get it back with a renewed enthusiasm. Question for you. What are my favorite hours of the day and what adjustments can I make to ensure they are under my control? Blah, 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 blah. I watched this new show called, what the hell was that show called? It was a movie, Leave the World Behind. And it's weird because it says it was produced by Michelle and Barack Obama.
I didn't know that.
It's freaking freaky, dude. If you watch that show, it's a cyber attack, whatever. They shut down the Wi-Fi. They shut down phones. You can't contact anyone. There's no internet. There's no even TV signal that comes through. There's nothing that comes through. The world would collapse. I mean, it would collapse so fucking quick if that happened. And what would that take? Just a couple satellites going down, just like they were saying in the movie, or what?
Yeah, it looked like the main satellite or something. What would you do, man? Play some Uno or something?
Can you even imagine? What the hell would happen? What would you do,
man? I'll just chill.
I'd just be happy to have my dogs, have Mariah.
What about when you start running out of food, though? Start killing your neighbors?
My Tesla, it would have been piled up with all the other Teslas. So I'd be pretty screwed there. It was a decent show. I fell asleep literally about the last 15 minutes, so I didn't get to see the end. Was it interesting?
It was kind of a shitty ending, honestly.
That's what people said. Said it was pretty dumb. All right. Our nutritionist, Dan Garner, he's a nutrition expert, literally an expert. And he says, I asked him, what kind of things should you focus on when you get injured when it comes to fuel and nutrition? Let's hear his answer here.
What's up, brother? Okay, so post-surgery, here's the thing. Like, injury itself feels chaotic, right? When you get injured, your life is turned on its head. But the process of biological repair is not chaotic. It's very systematic, and it can be supported by nutrition and supplementation. You're essentially looking at 3 phases. Phase 1 is inflammation. Phase 2 is proliferation, and phase 3 is remodeling. So during the inflammation phase, this is actually when there's like the swelling, the edema, the redness, and this is all a part of the signaling process. It's a natural thing that takes place, even though it's painful. That's the cellular signaling cascade that signals repair. So you increase hydration, you increase vasodilation, you accelerate the nutrients to go to the area to heal and repair it. But you can manage inflammation during this phase. So things like Boswellia serrata is an excellent supplement during this time to manage but not suppress inflammation, because it is important to signal this cascade. And then zinc and vitamin A have actually been shown to demonstrate faster repair during this phase. So things like strawberries and carrots are actually good to eat. So that is really about the inflammation phase. That's like days 1 to 7. Days 7 to 21 is the proliferation phase. So this is actually when scar tissue is forming. Fibroblasts lay down new collagen. This can be supported by vitamin C supplementation, collagen supplementation, and glutamine. Anything that really drives new tissue formation and immune system integrity. That would be days I suppose 8 to 21, because days 1 to 7 are inflammation. And then remodeling is days 21 and onward. So this is when actually you're cementing in that new growth. And this is when just eating well goes a long way, but also probiotics are beneficial because they support mineral uptake, which can really cement in a stronger and new laid down tissue.
And here's
now, of course, this is a longer and an extended protocol. I've created something called the Wolverine Protocol in the past that is designed nutritionally and supplementally to accelerate injury repair. I've created an updated version since, as literature has continued to come out. But as basic rules for the listeners, days 1 to 7 is inflammation. So manage inflammation, but then also accelerate the repair with vitamin A and zinc. Days 8 to 21, that's proliferation. This is really when we're performing the strength and the integrity of collagen tissue and the repair tissue and immune system function. So things like vitamin C, collagen, glutamine, like I've mentioned. But this has been demonstrated to show upwards, and now this is a rat study, but it's been demonstrated to show upwards of a 32% difference. So we're not talking small stuff here. We're talking extreme accelerated efforts. And lastly, that days 22 and onward, that is proliferation. So that is just 1 gram of protein per pound of body weight, 6 to 8 servings of fruits and vegetables, meals per day, really just maintaining an athlete's diet at that point. But then, of course, gut health and mineral uptake and ongoing immune activation from different perspectives is quite critical at that time, and that is when probiotics are much more useful. So, long answer made long. This is a very long protocol to be followed, but holy shit, dude. The difference between athletes who care about injury repair and nutrition and the athletes who don't, it's not just a faster recovery, it is a higher quality recovery. So you have a stronger structure coming back, which, as you know, is unbelievably important for your confidence returning back into the cage or your competition, whatever it may be. Injury repair and nutrition is the real deal.
Okay, thank you for that, Dan Garner. See, he goes into it. He gets deep. He'll lose you real quick, but him and Andy Galpin have a pod who's a scientist, and it's pretty interesting. So thank you for that, Dan Garner. We stopped by the Karate Combat this weekend, and they're paying some pretty good bread. I heard the Saudis bought it. We're sitting next to Mike Perry, and Mike Perry said they offered him $400,000 to fight. So they're throwing around some serious money. They're probably going to have some interesting fights. It's a weird thing. It's in this little pit. You can jump off the wall. In between rounds, you have to crawl up this wall to get to your corner. And it was really chaotic. We had a bunch of people there, Marab, Aljo, all these guys, all these other guys that are familiar were there, eyeballing us, want to make like a viral moment. We didn't have security. I'm on one foot, so it's not really a good time to rumble. It's not really a kid-friendly joint. So if there's a fight in the crowd, I mean, it's going to play out how it's going to play out. It was a good show, though. Sam Alvey won the heavyweight title. It's super interesting. You're kickboxing. It looked like they have puffy MMA gloves. The co-main in the main event had 4-ounce MMA gloves, it looked like. And then once you get a takedown, you have 5 seconds to ground and pound. Benson had a great fight versus Pettis. I thought he won, but I don't really know the judging criteria. It went 6 rounds. There was an overtime round, and I don't know what they were judging there. Thought Benson won, but it was a cool show. And then we went to the Red Tail there and at Resorts World and watched the fights. I thought the fights were decent. I mean, they're kind of boring. That the Bryce Mitchell, Josh Emmett fight, crazy. Other than that, Colby, I don't know what the hell. I think either Leon's that good with his range, he's that good with his feints. He made Colby so uncomfortable. He made Colby not want to shoot. His balance is so good. When someone's balance is constantly that good, they're always ready to throw shots up the middle, either with a knee or an uppercut, when their balance is that good. And I think it might have froze Colby up a little bit. But I think Colby shot, 3 times in 25 minutes, which you never see for him. So you never really know what he's dealing with. But you can't take that away from Leon. He just looked so good. Poking around on Hinge here. And on Hinge, there's some funny shit. Because girls can put a voice message on here.
Oh, yeah.
And their voice messages, you can kind of tell what they look like on Hinge. I mean, just by their voice messages. Now, where the fuck is this app?
What's your bio on Hinge?
I just made it real quick so I could listen to some voice messages.
Don't lie, man.
I'm dead serious. Okay, we'll scroll a couple and we'll see if you can kind of guess what body shape the woman is.
Body shape?
And what colored hair she is. Okay, so this woman gave me a like here. Let's, I'm trying to find out how I see these. Here we go, voice message.
Adria, not Andrea.
Okay, that's how to pronounce my name.
Adria, not Andrea.
Okay, cool. Cool. There's no N in there. How else do I look at these things? Here we go. I'm trying to go to the next. Okay, let's see if this girl has one. Please, 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 please. Nope. Next. Don't they all have voice messages?
No,
I thought.
I don't think they all. It's like an option. Like you can or you cannot.
Okay,
you
here
can,
we
like
go.
skip it type shit.
This is Sarah, and her voice message is, pick the best one.
What was best? Super Nintendo, N64, or GameCube?
She sounds fat. I'm just kidding. What does that mean?
That's not mean. If you call someone fat, that's not mean.
I know, right?
I debate that with Mariah all the time.
Why is that?
Why would that be mean? You can call someone fit. Is that mean?
No, it's a compliment, no?
Yeah. Is the truth mean? Is the truth mean? It's
I don't
a
think
debate
it's
I've always
mean.
had. No, she's cute. She's cute. Sarah, 34-year-old.
Like gamer
woman.
girls, though?
Gamer girls, I feel like most gamer girls are just trying to say they're gamer girls for the guy to think it's hot.
Yeah.
But I've seen some girls that are, I'll send a like that way.
You got to screen
Anyway.
record. No, we'll probably get in trouble because we're showing the girls.
Yeah, we don't need to. Okay, please. Okay, here we go. Favorite line from a movie. This is coming from Jasmine here.
My favorite line from a movie would probably have to be, what about the legs? They don't need those. If you know, you know.
She sounds scary,
It
bro.
is scary. She sounds a little horny. Did you hear that in the voice?
A little bit.
She looks like it in these pictures. Okay, Jasmine, we're going to go next on that. Actually, I'll like one of your photos. Just fun here.
Let me see your fucking Hinge profile, brother.
Bro, I don't have one. I literally
How
just...
are you on it?
You just...
You have to fill it out.
No,
I
you
know.
don't. You log in with Facebook.
Oh, so that's what.
Yes. Oh.
I tried downloading it for a couple of days, but it was just like,
You didn't get any swipers?
I did.
Everyone says that's the way.
Really?
Asian lady here. This is Kimberly. Kimberly, snuggle me, but give me space. Yes. No problem, Kimberly. Now we got Natalie. Come on, give me some more voice messages here. I know there's some good ones. Damn, so Hinge is way better than the old Tinder, isn't it?
That's what I've heard.
Some decent cuties here.
See if you get lucky, brother.
Ah, damn it. I wish there was more voice messages. I thought all of them. When I downloaded, I thought all of them had a voice
No,
message thing.
It's like a kind of optional thing. Don't ask me how I know.
Yeah, seriously. So you might be moving into the new joint.
Yeah, I'm thinking about it. I'm going to go check it out today.
So what are your options right now? You're looking to get a little studio space.
Yeah, I was looking at this like art studio, retail space, or I honestly had gotten approved for another apartment. I was about to move in, but I didn't get it.
Would it be by yourself?
Yeah.
That's not worth it, bro. It's too... Right.
Why?
It's just expensive to live by yourself. If you can live with someone who you get along with fine and who's clean, you might as
Yeah.
well do that.
Yeah, I guess so. But
Unless you're making heavy cheddar where it just doesn't even
Yeah.
make a dent.
that's what I'm trying to get to. I'm trying to make heavy cheddar. So I'm thinking if I get the studio art store or like retail store, it would make me money.
Well, I feel like if you had the one here, it would be a little bit better. Just because we'd
Yeah.
have so much traffic constantly. If someone needs a rash guard or if someone needs a shirt, I mean, they can go to your spot. I was also thinking about making it, we're talking to the Stores and Bickle people and making it, what do they call it? Like a lounge where you can go do the vape.
Oh, like a hookah type shit?
Not hookah though, but it's like a volcano. You can do
Oh.
marijuana, but you don't need it like a dispensary license. But I'm trying to see what kind of license you need. I would make that thing sweet.
That'd be sick.
And just have like 5-6 volcanoes set up.
Everybody's getting stoned.
Yeah, but make it really cool in there.
Yeah, that'd
They
be
have
fire.
those in California. They had them all over. It's literally like a coffee shop.
Yeah, I've seen them before.
Freaking cool. Cool. All right, here, since the fucking Hinge is pissing me off, will you pull up some voice messages on your Hinge, maybe?
I don't even have a Hinge anymore. That ass.
Gee.
Swear.
Okay, we'll go to Patreon here then. Thoughts on nicotine, mixing tobacco and weed, get your mind right. I tried nicotine a couple times, or tobacco, like a good tobacco mixed with my weed and my volcano. I didn't really love it. I don't know if I was cooking it at the right temp or what was going on. I didn't love it. Pud night, I got a good one. With the end of the year coming up, would you rather lose all the money you've made this year or lose all the memories you've had this year? Oh, money, for sure. You don't want to lose the memories this year. We had some phenomenal memories this year. Money comes and goes. James, was Suga nervous when he told Strickland, at least my dad didn't me? He wasn't nervous. He knew Strickland was going to come at him with some mean stuff. Strickland backstage, he said, I was talking to him and he said, I respect Sean. He's like, that kid's the real deal. He's like, I talk shit just joking around, but the kid's the real deal. So he's all right. Connor Klaus, how to have a good morning routine if you wake up at 5 a.m. for work. That's tough, but it's possible. What time do you get? I mean, you wake up at 5 a.m. for work, you probably get off really early. So it means you probably can go to bed at a decent time. I mean, your morning routine doesn't have to be super long. Sometimes I wake up and I'm not ready to do my whole morning routine. Some mornings I have like a good hour and a half, 2 hours to do my morning routine. Sometimes I wake up and I usually head to the gym a little earlier. So I at least do my PEMF machine. I do my red light. I'll sit there. I'll read my book for even if it's 10 minutes instead of just picking up that phone right away. The first thing that's going through my mind is whatever book I'm reading, whatever 10 minutes of it, flipping around. That's the first thing that's going into my head. Then I have my guzzle a big old glass of water, can either dip in the cold plunge, take a cold shower, have some protein. I've been doing my protein before the coffee, and that's been making me feel way better. Then have my coffee and go out, and that's a good morning routine that shouldn't take longer than 30 minutes. Do BJJ Instructionals actually help your jiu-jitsu? I think they do. I think they do depending on what level you're at. I have white belts come up to me, said they're watching John Danaher's stuff. I'm like, I don't know if he might have beginner stuff. I don't know if he does, but I'm like, dude, that guy goes so deep and we'll talk for 20, 30 minutes on one technique.
Yeah.
I mean, it's really good and it's really in detail, but for white belts, some instructionals, they're just too advanced. Mm-hmm. But if you're a black belt and you've been around, you've been doing jiu-jitsu a long time, and you're seeing the way another black belt demonstrates, or the way he explains a knee cut, or the way he explains a guard pass, there's little details in there that you can pick up that make more sense, that BJJ Instructionals definitely help. That's why I think the level of jiu-jitsu is so high today. Because you have all these good guys that are able to learn from other good guys, ADCC champions, IBJJF world champions. They're putting out all their techniques on these DVDs, and you can watch them and pick them up, add them to your thing. For sure they work. LL Puff Daddy, best way to stay dialed with diet and exercise over the holidays? You just do it, LL Puff Daddy. You do it. You wake up and you ask yourself, am I a fat, worthless pussy? And you can either say yes and then stay in bed, go get a donut, go get a frap, and just accept that you're a fat, worthless pussy. I mean, that's, some people don't mind that. Or you can wake up and be like, hey, I know what makes me feel good, and it's if I go get a little workout. Or if I know I'm going to stuff my face today with a bunch of food, just go get a little workout. Yeah, it's easy to be lazy, but you know you're going to feel like shit and you're going to feel worthless. Do some push-ups, do some sit-ups, do something. Go to the gym, get a little workout, and then eat like it's earned. It's pretty. Maybe it's not easy. I don't know, but I feel like it's pretty easy because I know how good I feel. So I think it's just a good question to ask yourself. Sam, have you ever sugar tried surfing? No, surfing looks tough. I bet you it's a tough little gig there. Thoughts on Rampage Jackson versus Shannon Briggs boxing match? I didn't know that was going down. Damn, Rampage, he looks like he's about 250 pounds. He looks huge. I'll tune in. I'll watch. How many title defenses does Suga need to be considered the GOAT at 135? Probably two more. Knocks out Cheeto. We'll see what happens with that 145 fight. But he could knock out 3 people in a row and be the best ever, I think. Danny Mayer, what is your recovery plan for your ruptured Achilles? Are you looking to incorporate specific ankle mobility exercises or stretches? I'm working with Eris Physical Therapy. Al Escobar, he's really good. He's already got me. I would have been getting out of my cast today, but Al texted the surgeon and said, hey, will you put him in a boot so I can start working on him early, start making his calf muscle work, making his foot work so I don't lose all those muscles so I come back quick. So a good physical therapist. Got my peptides rolling. Next weekend, we're going to Austin, Texas to get stem cells and just trying to eat good and sleep good. That's the plan. David Gigbelin, tell us some of the boundaries you and Mariah have developed when dealing with strange. Wear a rubber. 1. Be honest about it. Talk about it. You don't really not do it more than once. So you're just building a relationship with that person, but I'm not really interested in that anyway. Yeah, those are some of the boundaries. Just try to communicate about it and be safe and just be respectful. And I do respect Mariahs, so it's not very hard to do that. Justin Lathy, thoughts on Aljo saying Sean has no gas tank and was gassing out in the third round against Jan. Even though that was Sean's best round, I think Aljo is still concussed. I wouldn't say he's gassing out, but it's like, man, if you put the pedal to the metal from the first round, you're bounced around, you're being that fast. We knew that was going to be a sprint of a fight. We knew Jan was going to come out. He doesn't have time to gauge. We knew he was going to come out and get after him right away. So if he went out and paced himself, he wouldn't have gassed out. But that's a high-paced fight. Aljo knows that. He's not stupid. You get in a wrestling match and you shoot 50 times and you're scrapping the whole time, you're going to be gassed. Or if you get in a wrestling match and try to pace yourself, move around, tie up, push them off, move around more, it's different. It's like, I don't know. Big shit. Back when you used a deep freezer as a cold plunge, what was your protocol on cleaning and upkeep? Would you add anything to the water? How often would you change the water? Thanks, Jobin. It was only Mariah and I using it, and we'd always rinse off before we used it. So I'd change the water maybe once a week, and I would add stuff to the water, but then I just stopped adding stuff to the water, and it really made no difference. Depends how many people are using it, I think, and just look at it. If it's just dirty and different colors, then change it. Joe Schlongel. Timbo, looking to be moving out of state and live with my girlfriend. Would you recommend me going first and staying a month or two and getting my feet right? Or maybe tackle to move together? Could be stressful with her there, and I don't want it to blow up in my face. Yeah, I mean, when you move into someone, I just feel like you got to compromise on some things. It's easier said than done, but everything's not going to be the exact way you want it, and the same thing for her. Everything's not going to be the exact way she wants it. So hopefully you can compromise. And when you guys get into little tiffs, hopefully it's like you guys you actually want to resolve it, instead of just being, no, I'm right. I'm going to be fucking stubborn on this. I'm fucking right. Easier said than done. Everyone's so different. It's hard. Joey Schlongel, she lives with me now, but I feel like when we move, maybe I should do the move first and then have her move. Well, if she already lives with you, Schlongel, you'd probably be fine. Okay, here we go. What else we got today? I've been playing a little Call of Duty, having a good time. Just trying to keep myself busy with this foot. I'm able to do leg curls now. Lift. I got the red light therapy going on. Everyone asks me, where you get your red light therapy? I'll put that in the bio. I got a link. The Mito red light, they're the best. They're easily the best. And you guys can get yourself one if you want. What do you got going on the rest of the day, Jay?
I might just go check out that place, Sean, at Sean's house. And
yeah, Sean got a new house and you guys might be moving in.
Yeah, so I might go check that out. And then I don't know if I'm going to have time to lift because I have 2 privates later and then edit this pod.
Are you doing 30-minute privates or hour?
Usually an hour. If it's like an adult. For kids, it's usually like shorter.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, just grinding, brother.
Yeah, same here. This week, I don't really have anything. We have the Promotions Friday.
Oh, yeah.
Promotions Friday. We got Mark Martin, Ohio State alumni. He started at Ohio State, wrestled there for 4 years. Very good athletic wrestler. He's teaching wrestling tonight. Got some good kids coming in, too. This kid named Brody Teskey from Iowa. This Hene Souza, good black belt, coming in tonight. So we should have a good practice tonight.
Do you think you're just going to do that more often since you can't teach as much?
Yeah, I think so.
You had to eat the low end the other day.
Yeah.
Week.
I have so many friends that are so fucking good. And when I pay those guys to come in and train, it's like training for me too.
Yeah.
I love to see the way Mark explains a single leg, or the way he explains a double leg, and the penetration and the posture with your body. I know the stuff, but I like seeing it from him. He learned from, I forgot what the Ohio State head coach name is, but years and years, he's a black belt in wrestling. So just watching him and learning it makes me better too. So I love that, and I want to keep doing that. Other than that,
been buying any new drip? Your glasses?
I got some new specs here. Got some new specs at the store. There were 1,200. I shopped around a bit online, got them for 300. So it is insane. Raph here on Twitter says, and some people out there would rather eat salads, drink protein powders and pre-workout green powder instead of steak, eggs, raw milk. I've been doing good on my steak. Been eating a lot of eggs. Been eating my raw milk. Been doing a lot of fruit. Been doing some cheese. How's your diet been, Jay?
I feel like I always eat a lot of recharge center meals. It's like pretty much my go-to. Or I'm always eating out a lot just because I'm never really home. Like today's like I'm not gonna be home till probably 8-9 p.m. So I'm gone. Like I'm literally gone 12 hours.
Oh, really?
Yeah, usually like I'll stay here. Wednesdays are usually my busiest day. Just grinding.
Yeah.
But
It's
yeah.
nice with the recharge center. That's what I'm thinking. There's a suite right next to mine. Oh yeah, consumption lounge. That's what they call it, a consumption lounge. The suite right between room 1 and room 2 is going empty, and I want to make. I'm trying to think of what I can make it, especially if you don't get it. I'm either gonna make it a consumption lounge, or a secret Airbnb for our Patreon subscribers. I could set up a sweet Airbnb. There's a bathroom in there. You have the recharge center, so you can get food. You have Die Hard lifting center. Put a shower in there. Set it up real nice for Airbnb, and then if you pay for the Airbnb, then you can train for free too. But I wouldn't really promote it a ton. I'd probably just do it for the Patreon people.
Yeah, I think that'd be smart. I think a lot of people would do it. Because everybody's always asking, like, oh, where do I stay? What hotel? Like, any suggestions? Like, people always DM me, too.
But I don't know if I mean, that's probably a little
tricky,
but I think I could do it. So I might do that.
Yeah, especially if it's like the Patreon members and not like someone totally random.
Mm-hmm.
We don't know if they're cool or not.
Well, I wonder how hard it is to run background checks on people.
Probably not that hard. I'm sure you just get like software or something.
A subscription to where you can just...
Yeah, and they'll break it down for you.
That'd probably be smart to do.
Yeah.
Because I think Airbnb does that stuff for you.
Yeah.
All that stuff. So if I just...
Yeah. You could approve them too. Like, you'd be like, oh, no, like, I don't know.
No, you're a pedophile.
Yeah.
You ain't coming, bud. So... Oh my God.
You've been grinding on the content then, or what? Since you can't really train?
I've been doing YouTube videos and stuff, but my setup at home is so fucking nice. That's literally all I need to do anything.
Yeah.
So I've just been doing that. And a new thing I've been doing here, I've been working with Mighty Mouse's guy who's been helping him, and now Garrett's whipping up a video. Just letting them... If they give me an idea, I do the idea. We transfer the video to them. They edit it up, and then we just split the AdSense 50-50. If the video blows up, then they get paid a lot. If it doesn't blow up, they don't get paid a ton. I mean, I kind of like that. Because if they come to me with ideas, there's a good chance it's gonna do good, you know? You've approached a girl. Okay, say you approached a girl in Vegas, Jay, and she says, "We're not having sex tonight." How do you respond?
Sometimes girls say that, though. They could be capping.
And you can still riz them?
Yeah. But you'll know, like, I feel like, yo.
Yeah.
But sometimes,
and all the fellas struck out.
I know.
In Vegas because, we were risen. We were risen good. But we had too many different groups of girls in the suite. Yeah, and those girls don't want to leave their friends. That's a big thing. The girls don't want to leave their friends hanging. So I wasn't mad.
I don't know if it was like the ratio was off too. Like it was like a good problem to have, but there was too many girls. Right?
There was too many.
Literally. Because that's happened before, remember?
Mm-hmm.
And it's just like, yeah. It's just too many girls, not enough guys, bro.
For real. Your pod with Schmitty did real good.
Yeah, people liked it. They were just like, oh, you guys have good chemistry. You guys should start a pod together, this and the third.
What do you think
maybe I'll bring them on every here and there.
Other than that, ladies and gentlemen, that's probably it for the day. Sorry the energy's a little low. Like I said, feeling like shit. But we'll get back to it. Happy holidays, everyone. Hope you enjoyed it. Thanks to the sponsors, Phillips Law, and also Snapchatting my days, almost the full days. If you want to behind the scenes, we're Snapchatting. And then on Patreon, for this fight camp, I'm going to be doing a lot of stuff. I'm going to be doing a lot of my iPhone vlogs for the fight camp. And like I said, if I do this Airbnb, which there's a good chance I'm gonna, that'll be for the Patreon people. Patreon.com/RedHawk Academy. Check it out. and those are the ultimate sporters. So hit that like and subscribe button. Hope you guys enjoyed the show, and we'll see you next week. Love you. Bye-bye.